And actually right now, joining us from Port Sudan is Zaid from ADRA Sudan. So Zaid, welcome here.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hello Andy. Thank you very
Good to
much
see
for
you, Zaid.
inviting me for this webinar. Yeah.
It's great to have you here. And we didn't know if we'd be able to make this work all the way from Sudan. So can you describe a little bit about the current situation there, how it's affecting people? How is ADRA Sudan doing?
Yes, actually the situation in Sudan is devastating. Imagine that a third of the country population has been displaced, and the majority of them from the capital state Khartoum to the other cities. As a part of a Sudanese rooted culture, every family has hosted displaced families in their homes. However, there is still many of IDP's thousands has not been accommodated within the host community, where instead they have been accommodated in schools and university dorms. Those millions of displaced families have put immense pressure on cities that are not prepared to receive such a huge amount of people at the same time in terms of infrastructure, which had led to shortages in basic needs such as shelter, food, access to clean water, and sanitation. And regarding to this, yeah, ADRA has made many interventions in food security and wash intervention and even shelter, trying to alleviate some of these challenges and needs from the IDBs and the communities there.
So thanks for sharing that. Just want to break in for a moment to say that if any of you have questions, we're going to have a question and answer session in a moment. So please do drop them in the chat if you want to ask us a question. But just coming back to you, Zaid, can you share how this impacts you as a Sudanese person? I know you've been internally displaced yourself. Here you are, you're working in the crisis, you're also suffering from the crisis. How do you cope? How does this impact you?
Yes, this, as you mentioned, this situation has deeply impacted me. Yeah, as a Sudanese person, I have been displaced with my family more than one time. Actually, it was multiple times, uh, 3 times for me especially. And yeah, actually, we have been scattered as family. I'm saying family in Sudan, I'm not talking about the immediate family. I'm talking about our extended family. My uncles, cousins, aunts, we are all scattered across the whole country and even beyond outside the country. Yes, on the other hand, as like a humanitarian worker, I have witnessed the dire condition that displaced families are facing. Actually, I have seen mothers with their children laying on the ground without shelter, struggling to survive. And one of the most urgent needs that I have encountered that if they didn't or they don't have an access to clean water, where they need to travel like a long distance away to have to fetch water. Yes, and there is like as I mentioned previously, there is like many thousands of families within schools and university dorms, which we call them gathering sites, suffer from poor sanitation, lack of health care. Yeah, and like most of these households, they have lost their livelihood, they have lost their assets, and everything's behind now, and they are keeping, to resort the catastrophic coping strategy index, like to meet their food needs, such as like eating one meal per day, prioritizing children meals over the adults. Yeah, the conditions here is so harsh.
It sounds awful, Zaid, and I can't even begin to imagine, to be honest. But as you talk to a Canadian audience, what is it you'd like Canadians to know? What is it you'd like Canadians to do for those who are prayers to pray for?
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank the Canadian people because by the time this crisis has emerged, like the Canadian government, like have given like an opportunity for around 10,000 people of Sudanese to rejoin their families there in Canada. And we actually, as ADRA and humanitarian actors here in Sudan, we thank the Canadian people that they are keep supporting us in this tragedy by like supporting us in food security programs and other life-saving programs. And when like as a humanitarian actor, when you witness like a gratitude and smiles from mother and children that they have received support, this moment serves as a powerful reminder of the strength of of this human solidarity, the support people show one another even in the most difficult circumstances, have been among the meaningful experience that I have had.
Thank you
So, yeah,
so
I
much,
would
Zaid.
like to take this opportunity, yes,
Yeah, go
Andy,
ahead.
to thank all the Canadian people for their unwavering support.
Zaid, thank you so much. I am so glad that we were able to make this happen. It's quite a thing to get to hear you from Sudan. We so appreciate the work that you and ADRA are doing. So Zaid, thank you.